My 33 per meters girlfriend, 34F, have a habit of just run off with her friends. My girlfriend is wonderful in every ways. I do love her very much. But I'm seriously at breaking point. She would do things like tell me she's going to talk with her friend or something. Then she'd be nowhere to find for an hour or two, then come back and expect everything to be okay. About 2 months ago, we went to a party at her friend's ranch. Within 30 minutes of arriving, she was nowhere to be seen. I asked and looked everywhere for almost 2 hours. When I finally saw her again, she was like, "Oh, sorry. I went to talk to this friend," then she suddenly decided to run to get some beer. We then decided to make her special nacho. So we need to run all way to grocery store, then her place. I was pissed, but I tried to let it go. Few weeks after that, we were camping with her couple friends. While packing up, we were hurrying because a storm was about to hit. When I tried to bring stuff to the truck, I realized they all were gone. I was there for about an hour before they came back. She tried to tell me they suddenly decided to stop for gas since it is on opposite way of home and just started the truck, so she had to hurry and get in. Last weekend, she wanted to take a friend out to do something fun because she was going through an ugly divorce. So she asked if we can take my boat. I agreed to it. At the lake just right after I got the boat in the water, I realized they were nowhere to be seen. I tried to text her only to find out she didn't even took her phone. After about an hour and a half, they came back with friend's dog. She told me her friend suddenly changed her mind and wanted to run home to grab her dog and was hurrying. This sort of thing is seriously pissing me off. I feel like I have to give her an ultimatum. I'm not okay with her just running off and leaving me somewhere like that. She is always making excuses about why she can't run to tell me first. She even acknowledged that she was wrong, but yet it doesn't stop her from doing it again and again. How do I nip this in the bud? TLDR. Girlfriend have a habit of run off with her friend and not telling me, leaving me stranded. The lack of communication is the issue here. And if she won't address that, it's a problem that I can see ending the relationship for sure. You can't change her. You've told her. If she doesn't change it, she doesn't respect you. I agree with most of what's already said. It's possible she has no idea or that you're just incompatible. But one thing to consider. Does she have a history of addiction? Does she seem or look at all different when she comes back? Lack of empathy, confusing social behavior, and flightiness are some warning signs for party drugs, especially if you're never included or told about these hangouts. Her behavior upon returning smells a bit like the type of gaslighting addicts use on their partners to hide their shame. She clearly isn't embarrassed of you or doesn't like you around her friends, and yet they run off without you. Maybe it's time to have an honest talk. Is there a chance she has a drug habit you're not aware of? This kind of thing sounds exactly like what somebody in that situation would do. I'm guessing she doesn't want you to know she's doing drugs. But I suppose the reason why doesn't matter. It's rude as hell no matter what. Unfortunately, there's no magic words you can say to convince her not to treat you like shit. You have to decide if you want to put up with being treated like this or not. Your girlfriend is not thoughtful of your time nor your feelings. She has probably never experienced the concern, worry of having a significant other disappear without a word because you always give her a notice. And I am not one for revenge, but I wonder if giving her a taste of her own medicine is exactly what is in order here. Just for her to experience it so that she might finally understand how it feels. I find that people who have not been in long-term relationships have similar situations like yours. They don't leave notes or send texts to let their so know where they are. The so is understandably worried, but the original partner doesn't understand why the so is so worried. At 33, I would think that your girlfriend would be more responsible and respectful. Has she been in a long-term relationship before? That is truly awful, thoughtless behavior. I can't even imagine standing in poor weather at a campsite having been abandoned. I mean, and the fact that you then took your boat out and she did it again? You seem to have limitless patience. I would have packed the boat right up and driven home. I think at the very least you should secure your own ride to everywhere, and when you'd like to leave, do it. She obviously has no problem finding her own way. But it sucks to have a relationship be more like a casual grouping at which you may or may not see her. If you want more than that, she's made it clear that she's not available for it. I'd move on. The incompatibility between what you two want is huge, and she's going to continue to behave as though you don't even exist. 100% a communication issue. She seems to lack empathy for others. Sounds like she either had an addiction or has low self-esteem to seek her friends' approval. Either way, she is being an unhealthy partner. If she is ready to ditch you for others without thinking twice, it may be a sign that your relationship isn't as important and your feelings aren't important. You have to hold the people around you to solid standards. Otherwise you're lowering the bar. Weird, but before you, was she single for a long time? I have friends like this and they have no concept of time, no consideration for anyone because they've lived by their own clock too long. Once they're in a relationship, it's hard to break that habit. I wouldn't say she's trying to hurt you in any way, but I would definitely tell her if she wants to maintain a relationship, she needs to let you in. When it's her day and she has all the time for herself, she can do what she wants. She's an adult and it makes sense to feel free in some way. But when the plans include you, affect you, and or if not told to you, worry you, she needs to change this ASAP. Honestly, this really wouldn't bother me. I think you guys just aren't compatible in this area. I don't think this is a respect issue or a rudeness issue. Just a personality difference. Some people like to be untied and spontaneous, and some people like to be cautious and know where everyone is and if they're safe. I don't think you have to break up with her, but it just seems like you're two different types of people, and this won't really be resolved unless someone changes a lot. She should send a text giving an update on where she has moved to. It's the considerate thing to do. You could play the same game as her so she can understand how it makes you feel. Disappear anytime you want. Give shitty excuse when you see her again. Just break up, dude. It's not going to get better. This is who she is. Accept it or move on from her. Sounds like drugs may be involved to me. She might have a drug issue. All that getting ghost out of nowhere, that's mad sketchy. She needs to know that her actions have consequences. If you are done waiting for her, then don't wait anymore. Go home. Enjoy life. Until she learns to take you into consideration, you will be wasting so much time for what could have been resolved by a simple text. Time is valuable, man. Don't let her waste yours. Peace. She will be upset if you leave her stranding next time. But maybe this is what it takes to get her to see that her behavior is just shitty. If you packed up the boat again and left with your phone turned off, she'd learn pretty quick. Or just take the boat out on your own. Come back and check for her after a couple of hours. It's possible your GF is bi and having an affair, sex with her friend. I respect everyone who is here to help you, but you can fix this. Don't break up with her. You are a mature person, and most people suggesting you are young or inexperienced regarding this situation. She might be a little clumsy, silly, forgetful, and childish, but she has a pure heart for sure. 1. Make a list of her fuck-ups and show her that. Point 2. Tell her she should inform you before going anywhere or making a decision about your relationship. Point 3. Tell her how much you love her and can't lose her. Point 4. Try explaining why she should tell you before bailing you out. Point 5. If she repeats that again, don't talk to her and tell her, "I am upset with your behavior, I really love you and all, and you hurt me a lot by doing this," and don't speak to her for some time. I have a feeling she has always done it, and it's a habit you are not going to easily break, because obviously your family never had issues with it. Continue to try and communicate to her the importance on full communication. Otherwise, ask yourself if you would be happy without her, because this will get really old in the long run. Before jumping to an ultimatum, how have you already discussed this with her? Generally, ultimatums should be the last option after trying something else.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.